Hello.
Hey, what's going on, folks?
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
You know what that means. You know what that sound means. This
Juggalo time!
that sound,
Been a while.
that both of those sounds together equal. It's been a while talking about juggalos. So I am Xavier.
Hey guys, Ian.
And it's me, David Bean, that big 24-ounce, drinking Faygo and spitting that Fuego.
Jeez.
That's a good one.
Yeah, who the fuck are you, guy?
Hey, I'm Ricardo. I work with these guys.
Yeah. Thanks for.
Oh yeah, it's a running bit.
thanks for
We don't
coming
talk about work.
That's fine. All I do is work, sleep, and play video games. So
They work in the juggalo industry.
let's go.
But so I guess real quick we should talk about which Faygo we picked. I feel like that says something about your personality.
Bitch.
So I grabbed the Moon Mist. I think that's it's the Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dew.
Yeah, the Dew.
Or the Fresca.
So what does that mean about me? I'm sour. I guess it's a little sour. It's a little more sour than Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
I'd say.
I'll say that.
What about you?
I got the Arctic Sun, which is
Hold it up. Show that bottle.
it's caffeine free.
Yeah, it's different.
I picked it
So
because
is
it's
Ian.
it's like really neat. It looks really
neat.
cool compared to the other ones. I saw. I was like, yep, that's it.
Yeah, the label's different. So then what are you dealing with here? We got a red pop.
Red pop! There's an exclamation.
It's
I'm all
strawberry.
about proper punctuation.
Is that all? Red Pop.
Red pop!
It's strawberry though.
It's strawberry.
It's it's like one of the classics. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
dude,
go up to like the OGs and they're like, yeah, man, fucking Red Pop. It is good.
See, when I
It's really
first saw it, I
yeah.
thought Big Red, which is the bubble gum,
Right.
in the 2-liter, but it's
See-
very different.
No, see, for me, it's an acquired taste, but then again, so am I, so. Red pop.
So that's what it says about you.
Yeah,
It
acquired taste.
Acquired taste, I guess.
Wait, what
Very sweet.
What did mine say about me?
Yeah, I don't know.
The
I don't
new
know shit
wave.
about that Faygo, bro. I've never
Uh-huh.
seen it before.
Arctic Sun, cold but hot.
No, the new wave.
That
The next gen.
best description of me. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
And then we got just orange. What is
Just orange.
it? Yeah.
I feel like it's just
No, no,
one
no.
of the- it's
Short,
Exclamation
sweet,
point.
to the point.
Yeah, exactly.
There it
Orange. I mean, if you're really thinking about it, one of the most OG flavors sitting right here.
And
Yeah,
it's crazy
really.
because that microphone setup, I didn't realize you were gonna pick orange.
I didn't even
that
think
was
Damn.
lined up very well.
Man, I should have picked grape pop.
You
and
got-
then Ian should have gone red pop. And
Yeah.
then we'd have been really coordinated.
Yo, you have green.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's-
Oh wow. Yeah. I didn't even
Damn.
realize that. I fucking till right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the story behind how we
Beautiful.
got these Faygos. You want to start it out, Dave, on the journey? I guess?
Man, getting these Faygos. Oh my god.
We swore they were at Circle K's.
Right.
Me and him both said, yeah, go to Circle K, David. They're there.
Right. But no, so this is even before this happened because I had to tell you guys how I failed at
Oh,
getting
right. Yeah.
the Faygos. So we usually shop at Meijer. So I was like, okay, I haven't seen Faygo at Meijer, so I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah.
So I go to Target and I go to Walmart and I take carts into both these motherfucking stores and I walk to the pop aisle and neither of them have Faygo. And I'm pissed. And I look it up and what does Faygo's website say? Oh, it's sold at Meijer Gas. So I'm like, cool, whatever. I go to Meijer. No, goddamn Faygo. None. Like I even asked.
He went to actual Myers. That matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went to Meyer.
And so then
Not
I come
Meyer.
home defeated, and I text Rico and Xavier to tell them the bad news. I say, there's no Faygo in Champaign. It doesn't exist. We've been bamboozled, and
tricked us. They lied.
it's over. The dream is over. But then
We're gonna have
they
to
both text me,
record
they're like, we've seen Faygo at Circle K.
I got the blue raspberry one in 2013, 2014. No doubt in my mind, I got it at Circle K.
So we go to both the Circle K's they claim to have seen them at, the specific ones they remember going to. Because there's like a ton of Circle K's in town.
yeah, sometimes there's two across the street from each other, like just for some reason.
And then we just start calling grocery stores. I called Schnucks, and while I'm on the phone with Schnucks, he looks at the website and he's like, dude, it's the Meijer gas station. Should I call the actual gas station? And he does, and they pick up within seconds while I'm still on hold of Schnucks. And he says, do you have Faygo? Like, yeah, we have Faygo.
he's not real confused. He's just like, yeah, and I was just like, okay, thank you. And he was just like, okay, bye, and we hung up. So yeah, then we get there.
Beautiful.
And the Meijer gas station's very like industrial. It feels like a Sam's Club, like the freezer section in Sam's
It's a
Club.
good gas station.
It was, yeah. It was like it. I
Is
know
it the
it felt-
tiny one?
It wasn't that small.
The only thing that sucks about it is after 11 o'clock, it's one of those damn go up, and they get the little drawer out like you're at a fucking
In the
UC
window?
bank.
Yeah.
You know,
I've
can I
never-
get your ID and your account number, please?
Never done that.
No, it's sketchy as shit. Fuck
Can I
that.
have a Faygo moon?
Right? Just go up
Can I
there
have-
straight for that.
Have 8 sodas, please.
Yeah, one of each Faygo, please.
It's even worse if you get a Polar Pop, one of the big ones, because they can't actually fit it in.
Right.
Oh no.
They unlock the door? What do they do?
They do, yeah. It's just like some of the Circle Ks,
Just toss it.
like that are down like
Yeah.
southeast of here, whatever the hell it
Yeah,
is.
but it's like they're like bars on the.
Yeah, it's like really bad.
what do
Everything
you
has
need?
bars on it, you know. But yeah, if you go there, there's some of the Circle Ks are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me and Jacobson, we used to live across from a Circle K, and Jake especially
yeah.
was a regular there, and he knew most of like the workers there who worked the night shift on like a personal basis because he would go there and just like literally kick it there,
Kick it
and
there.
get snacks and drinks, and
sounds
then
like
like
sounds
leave.
like the freedom that I went
Yeah.
to.
But like he'd come up and they would just like unlock the door for him after hours just so they knew who he was.
It was cool.
And they also knew that this motherfucker would just like be up at 2 a.m. and be like, "Shit, I need milk for my cereal,"
they can't.
and they
the
can't
milk
fit that
right?
through the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
I
So they were
remember.
just like, "Come on in, we know you're getting a bunch of shit. We don't want to grab it all for you."
Milk and
Hell
cigarettes
yeah.
at 2 a.m. please.
Right? No, it's funny that you bring up Jake because that was like one of the biggest influencers for me to actually get into this this group in this culture we're about to talk about.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was quite interesting.
Hip hop
to learn,
horrorcore
right?
culture. But okay, so real quick, so then we have 5 Faygos each on our arms, and we're bringing them up, and we set them on the counter. And there's just 2 workers there, and a girl sitting on the counter, which I did not appear to work there. And the
Dude,
dude,
she had like a North Face on. She could have worked there, but I don't think she was working there.
yeah.
She wasn't working there.
And the cashier with her very long acrylic nails picks up each Faygo and starts scanning them, and then the guy goes, Are you the guys that called about the Faygo? Like, I knew, like, obviously it was 7 minutes ago. Faygos. But it was like, yeah, and he's just like, why are y'all out here looking for Faygo so hard? And we were just like, nowhere in town sells it. We didn't really answer his question. We were just like, nowhere. You're the only place in town that sells it. And then
He goes, "Yeah, we got a lot of snacks."
yeah, he's like, yeah, we do have some
Oh
good
yeah,
snacks here.
smooth.
And then the girl starts picking them up, and she's like, "Ooh, cotton candy. Ooh, I haven't seen this Arctic sun." She was like cooing over the Faygos,
Bro,
and
obviously
it's like,
she's
"I
not
gotta
doing
try
inventory
these."
for them, I guess.
Oh yeah, she's never restocked anything apparently. But yeah, he's just like, "Yeah, we got some good stuff here," and he's like, "Yeah, it's that good that cheap corner store pop." And we were just like, "Yeah, you're the only place that has it." We we tracked you down. We were tempted to say something about it, but that would have been weird if we were just like, yeah, we're getting it for a podcast. Oh, what's the podcast? Juggalos. What's Juggalo? And then we're like, trying to like explain Juggalos.
Yeah,
to
now
these
you're
cashiers.
sitting
Right.
Like
there like,
hatchet, face
30 minutes.
We're about to have this conversation.
up,
I
right,
don't want to
yeah.
have the conversation.
yeah, it's like, how about we don't tell you? Here's our podcast.
Right, yeah,
Listen
tune
in
in.
about a week.
Yeah.
We'll go back. We'll
How-
we'll go.
How much are they each?
They're $1 a piece, so yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
99
I thought they
cents
were-
advertised.
Yeah, 99
I
cents.
thought it was
Yeah.
less than $1.
Inflation, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, they sell their 12 packs for like $6-7,
I love how-
or at least they
I
used
just-
to back when I lived in Michigan.
See,
But that was a while ago.
Which
you
is
said-
where they started.
they say the cheap corner store pop, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I'm not trying to stereotype, but it's just true. A lot of the whole Juggalo like persona,
Right.
like what people see of them anyway, is like, you know, trailer park trash and all that stuff, which is a load of shit.
Detroit
If you-
trailer
if you-
park
I'm
trash.
just saying. I'm just
Baby
saying.
B 313 represent.
The whole concept of them being that trailer park trash
Right.
is so shit.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. But the one thing I will say is they do know how to hit the market. I
Yes.
only want to walk down the street once to get a bottle of soda, right? Not
Yeah.
no fucking 16-ounce bottle of piss.
Yeah.
24 ounces of good shit.
It's 24 ounces. I was gonna
That's
say
the big one,
it's
dude.
Big, and it doesn't seem like that big. Like it's the right. They like took
they do
complete control of the size and.
like 3
Gabriel.
if I'm not mistaken, they don't do 2 liters, they do like 3 liters if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh,
Yeah, like the
that's
big
party
ones.
size, yeah.
Yeah, it's bigger. That's what I'm saying, man. You go to a corner store like that, like 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
I am, you know, I don't have shoes on. right?
They're barely.
They're just,
let
I
me
don't
in.
even need it. It might be my house slippers. I'm literally walking down there like I just got out of fucking bed because I woke up and I'm craving something,
Yeah.
sustenance. And I'm not about to walk into a goddamn store, wait in line for 20 minutes for some old lady with their 3 bags full and just go through that line. I'm not doing that. No. One time, one stop, there, back. Lasts me at least 30 minutes.
Right.
Versus like 2 minutes, I'm done before I even walk back to my house. The soda's gone.
All right,
yeah.
we've talked about Faygo a lot. I need to see some fucking clowns.
But Faygo, David, and ICP are all from Michigan. That's
Yes, sir.
important. That's important. It's
The Mitten State.
Yeah, it's a recurring theme throughout this is Michigan.
Can I get fuck Michigan in the chat?
Never ever.
Also, our good pal, Superhuman. He is from Michigan. Also,
Confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed. Yeah. And he, I don't know how long they are on sale, but his little Pokemon cards are on sale for $2.
Yeah, but
And
$5.99 for shipping.
Yeah, they're on the way here already.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Juggalos and Juggalettes.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
See, they were,
Yes,
yeah.
we love superheroes.
They were founded in 1989. They've been going for a while. They started doing backyard wrestling actually, and it turned into this. But what is a juggalo to you? I guess what juggalos have you experienced? Juggalo seems like a slur almost. It's just got the like G's in there, rough. But
They're usually the people who are. Okay, let me phrase it this way. The juggalos I've known in my life have been the people that maybe are a little rough around the edges, but when you get to know them, they're usually pretty kind.
sweet on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of direct relationships, or really any, with juggalos.
They're not just walking around Michigan full face paint. Like
You'd think they might be.
I haven't been in Michigan in a long time.
But as a child, I would remember clowns just being
Yes,
around.
I mean, there were kids who dressed like this without the face paint.
yeah.
I mean, that was just like a
But-
90s thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was just the cool 90s thing to do, you know?
That was the Nathan For You where the kid was trying to wear the face paint right, and he fought for him to, or no, that was Always
It was
Sunny.
Always
episode. That was
Sunny,
Always
yeah.
Sunny episode. That would have been so much better if that was real. Damn it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you should be able to do that. It is a little distracting.
But yeah, all my like juggalo-esque music that I was like involved with, I would say like Hollywood Undead was like the line, and I fucked with Hollywood Undead pretty hard.
See,
Yeah,
and this is why
but-
you're trash.
Yeah. No lie.
yeah.
Savage. Hashtag fuck Michigan in the chat.
I'm trash, but I
chat.
recycle, so.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the most I have. I didn't really look into them too much, like them getting started. But their names are Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope. They go by.
This is the Insane Clown Posse, not
Yeah,
juggalos in general.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes. They go by Insane Clown Posse or ICP or Inner City Posse or JJ Boys. They were also called the Bloody Brothers at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, so they had a couple names.
Ooh.
And there's also some ex-members. I did not know this at all. D Lyrical, Kid Villain, John, Kick Jazz, and Greasy.
What'd they get kicked out?
I don't know. I think some of them left on their own terms. At least one of them left on their own terms.
I don't really know anything about, like, the other two. I just know about, like, the whole concept of, like, ICP. Like, everyone was all about, you say Cloud Balls, all this stuff, and, like, a lot of people just were like, oh, it's just these two and all this stuff. And then you realize the whole Dark Carnival, you know, it's like these guys were the
It's
ringleaders.
just like a genre,
Right.
Of a yeah.
Of like a group of people that are all under like the same umbrella as ICP. You know, the only one that comes to mind right now that actually tours a lot with actually the band that's on my shirt, Motionless in White, is Twisted.
Right.
Twisted
yes, yeah.
still tours quite a bit. I know these guys went on a big tour with Attila as special guest with Attila.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, and because if I'm not mistaken, what was it? Shaggy was in jail again recently, and I think he got out, and they started going back on tour and stuff like that.
We're going to talk about some legal troubles with
There are-
ICP later.
No, I mean there's a lot with it. I mean,
Yeah. I found a couple, but
but I mean to be fair to them,
yeah.
every other band
Yeah.
has some sort of dirt on them.
Yes.
involving some sort of drugs or assault or some form of freaking legal shit.
Yes, no, yeah, especially in that like pool of music when it gets to the harder shit. There's definitely
Especially with the older groups.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this band's been around for like
89. Like they're
they've been around
They're going.
for 89.
Yeah, that's what it said.
My God.
Yeah, 89, and they're still going. Like so. But yeah, let's start it off with this one. So this is just a good example.
A little compilation.
Yeah.
This by the Woody Show.
Yeah.
Shout out to Woody Show.
Yeah, Woody Show.
Any other place
On
in the world,
YouTube?
you wouldn't want to walk
Yes.
out and just sit down with
Oh, that's the
random
Dildo
strangers
King.
and sit down and have a conversation.
Back in 2011, I gave my kid's dad a job on the Ferris wheel.
Weird.
Yep.
That was way out of left field.
You guys are the Black Hawk Witches.
Yes, yes.
Yo, I
Where's that
fuck
name,
with those
where's that name come
glasses.
from?
Because we can fly on our lips.
What are you doing to these feet?
I'm making passionate love to them.
This motherfucker's
What's your
an
mouth?
animal. I love him.
This dude's everywhere. He was on the All Gas No Break show. He's just sucking feet like everywhere, enough to be on multiple.
I've got my collar on.
He's making sweet
Can I
love
ask
to them.
What's inspires this color?
Passionate love.
I am a submissive.
So what pisses me off about her really bad is the UV sticker is on her sunglasses. That's like 10 times worse than having the tags on a hat. Like that's blocking your vision.
I love the no shame right now. The first thing you go to is a fucking sticker on her glasses.
Anybody's like any guys.
The bell is fine.
Everything else, being submissive,
I
no
get
kink
that.
shaming.
That's awesome. But you got a sticker right in your view.
There's lawyers.
This guy's my
there's
hero.
crackheads, there's clowns. Everybody's in here, man.
He probably like
And
doesn't
this
remember
is
how
a
he
place
got
to
here. He's
be,
so like
man.
He's been up for 3 days.
he's just very much in the moment. Like
How did you get the nickname Dildo King?
Because I brought a whole bunch of dildos here and just started running around with them, stuff like that. And
These are my kind of people. These are my kind of people.
started running around with him.
I don't want to say it's chaos because this
Oh
is.
my god. I'm an idiot.
Normal?
This fucking has not been
Magic?
on. I'm gonna have to put that video on manually. God damn it.
Oh,
It's just been on us, hasn't it?
Dang.
No, I can drop it over.
Yeah, Xavier's gonna fix it,
You
everyone.
saw something specifically
Nothing
very
happened.
interesting
Nothing
the other
happened.
night. What was that?
I saw a centipede on stage. 3 women.
So
Human
what?
centipede.
Human centipede.
Does it all matter that these feet are kind of all dirty and been out here walking around the
They're
campsite
just
all day?
eating each other's.
No, sir, that's
On
seasoning.
stage.
Yeah. 3
You
ladies.
know, you gotta put seasoning on your chicken, right? Right.
Are there
Make
no
it taste
rules?
better.
It's the Dark
Seasoning.
Carnival.
Days
It's the gathering of the
seasoning. Lots of
Juggalos.
days of seasoning.
Who's gonna stop him?
I lost my weed breaking up a fight. There was a fight. Some girl got elbowed.
I see that's the
You know,
one thing, man.
accident when I
There's
started
fights
breaking
here
up.
all the
I
time,
lost
but you
my
know what I
weed
fucking love
and,
about them? 9
so I
times
was
out of
like,
10, after the
you know,
fight,
and I
someone's
spent
got
all
up, the
my
other person's on the
weed.
ground.
I had
About 10 minutes later, that person who put them on the
or
ground, picking them up,
$6
saying, it's
before I
good,
bought
man.
it after.
They just going on live like nothing happened.
From all the Juggalo fights I have seen, which isn't as many as you'd think on the internet, they
Dude,
do
they're
hug at
close.
the end of almost
Dude,
every
yeah.
single one. They do hug at the end.
9 times out of 10, if there's a Juggalo fight, no one is sober enough to get their phones out. Trust me, a lot of that shit happened undocumented. Like 100%. Unfucking documented.
Damn.
And it's awesome.
That's hilarious. I thought
love
I was
that.
filming.
It is so like
Oh,
it's
my
so fucking
phone's
raw.
dead.
Like the hate and the rage in a fight like that is just like so stupid. I love
Yeah.
it. But right afterwards, it's like nothing fucking happened. It might take them 20 hours to really come across, but after that,
Yeah.
man, blood is blood.
It's
you
probably
know?
like
And half
over-
the time, they're not even blood.
Yeah, it's probably over some dumb ass shit too. Like if they're all that drunk and fucked up, it's probably over like
That guy
the
lost his weed.
simplest thing, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Wait, why do we even fight?" Like,
Yeah. But I mean, that says a lot about a person.
Yeah.
I mean, culture like that, it'd be great. Why
Right.
can't we all get along?
I want to go to this. It just seems like it. You know, it seems a little risky, but
We'd have to have a guide.
a guide, like when you do ayahuasca. Or go to
Anybody,
Mount-
if anybody's been there, you know, a Juggalo veteran, and you want to
Juggalo
take us
veteran.
with,
Caleb's got a buddy who's supposed to open for like Limp Bizkit or some shit at the next one.
on
See, like,
Craigslist.
the biggest thing that I have about this is like, I'm not gonna lie. I listen
Get
to
off
this kind of
this.
music, and this is what I think
Where else can
happens
you
at
be,
every
like-
single fucking like Lollapaloozas. Like people just getting smashed out of their mind, high on different drugs and stuff. And you see weirder shit there too. We just like to show it.
Yeah.
The grubbiest, dirtiest little person and enjoy the people and enjoy the music and like see
She
people you don't
rocks.
see. Like people that come to America just for this.
They dump out of the
I
bucket.
don't know. I was wondering.
It's a Chef Boyardee can ripped open. Just whippets everywhere.
I'd like to see like a Walking Dead style show, except the group of people who survive are just a bunch of juggalos.
I've
That
had a
would be
threesome
good.
once.
That could be really good.
Especially one's just real good with a hatchet. He's
that
like
would be, yeah, I
the
was
main
gonna
guy.
say they like post up in one of the like the axe throwing places. And they're just on the top, just like you just pick them up.
Before, but that was with another girl and another guy. But you know, I mean,
I got
if
threesome.
it comes to it, and yeah, I mean, I want to experience everything in life. You know, I don't want to be the hermit crab in the shell.
What makes for you a quality foot to worship, Flip Flop?
Flip flop.
His name's Flip Flop.
I'd rather spend a good
Shout
rather
out
have
Flip Flop
spend
the
half an
Clown.
hour. I'd rather
Flip
spend
Flop
a
the
good
Clown,
half an
friend of
hour
the show.
more with a pair of feet than just do like 2 minutes, you know?
So they asked him
Right.
what a good pair of feet was. He said, "I'd rather spend a half hour than 2 minutes."
Yeah, so not ticklish.
So just
feet.
as long as I'm there for as long as I can do it for a long
I
time.
saw like 4 my first day. And then they get a little hesitant in the daytime. They don't want to be like all balls out, which I get, you know. Everyone doesn't love their body, but at night we see hella
And is that awesome or what?
It's cool. Yeah.
And your boobs are pretty much out, right?
Yeah, I just put these pasties on because I burned my nipples. So
You burned your nipples?
now we're wearing pasties because we gotta be safe.
Dude, she rocks. I
Yeah.
stan her. Is that Faygo? That was Faygo.
Yeah, I was gonna say so Faygo's definitely huge at
Oh,
the actual
yeah.
festival. Like Workaholics went into it a lot when they did their episode on it. Do you think there's actual
They
like
talk about
booths?
Faygo in their like songs and shit all the time.
But like you know how like at like a music festival there would be like a brand that would set up a booth. Do you think there's like a
See,
big Faygo like
well,
castle they set up?
The one thing that's like it's kind of backwards. So a lot of the times you talk about all these different like vendors coming and all that stuff. And the vendor, the vendors usually endorse like it's like I endorse this concert, blah 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 blah. It's
Right.
actually the opposite. So Shaggy Two Dope and Violent J, they actually endorse Faygo.
Okay.
Like it's just something they love. They grew up with it, and it's just
So
like a
Faygo's
huge.
just like whatever.
yeah, it's
right.
like it's the drink of choice,
yeah.
man.
Like, we'll send you pallets to the festival if you just buy them. Like like sure, but yeah, just not officially sponsored. Just very much endorsed.
We just love this shit so much. It has to be everywhere. Squirted all over my fucking crowd.
So mean nice.
Yeah, I don't fully understand what's happening in that interaction.
Yeah, she was like, the couch is flame retardant, you're idiots, but it's clearly engulfed in flames. So yeah, I don't.
Everything's only rated to certain heats.
Yeah, like she's like, it's not gonna work, and he's basically just like, it is working. Like
It's like, shut up, be quiet, I'm having fun.
I think that's the Spark Notes version of what's happening here. The plain English. But so let's jump over to Snake Busters. So Snake Busters,
Snake Busters is wild, Rico. This is one I'm excited for you to see.
yes, Snake Busters is a video that was put up. Oh god, I just spoiled it.
Ruined
Yeah.
everything.
I didn't know it would scroll. I thought
Scroll
scrolling would
too
zoom. So it's by Psychopathic Records. They put this up. It's Shaggy, Two Dope, or no, it's Violent J. My bad. Violent J and his daughter,
Ruby Bruce Lee.
Ruby Bruce Lee, and they are.
Is that her real name?
I think so. So yeah, they're the Snake Busters, and they crack down on snakes, which is just a sneaky person. But the two people they chose to go after is insane. And this video within itself is pretty wild. Just
Hi, I'm Ruby, and I'm a furry juggalo.
I'm Dad. I'm a Juggalo furry.
And we're the Snake Busters.
Snake Busters.
That was
When you're
2018.
looking at my fresh mask, you clearly like it. I can
So it's not just the fursuit. It's a drug. It's like a drug rug. That's like.
I think it's just a good mask. I think she's just wearing a
Oh, you think
regular
the mask
drug
just
rug.
goes down? Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's a good mask, but I definitely think it probably fits her persona. Perfect.
the drug
perfect
rug, yeah.
persona.
See, I thought
Perfect
it was
persona.
It might be a good mask, but it
looks like it's
could
worked
also
into it.
yeah, it might be sewn into there.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be
They're all
pretty
custom
hardcore.
made. Like,
Or
I
is she
feel like.
wearing
They
a
are, yeah.
drug rug over the fursuit?
I thought she was just.
There's an optical illusion now. Now I can't see you.
I'm definitely going with this guy.
And also, from like the Sailor Moon cat Luna, it has a little upside down moon on its head. That's like what's on this forehead. But yeah, let's
hear
just go.
brain talking to itself about how cool my mask is. Because this mask was made with
Yeah,
quality.
She calls it a mask.
This
Yeah, that's just a
was
loose
well
mask.
worth the
mask.
little
Okay.
money my dad has. My dad likes
Another
to
point
think
for
that
David.
he
Every
thinks,
time
but
someone
my
tries to
mom
say
says
David
he's
is
been
wrong,
broke since the 90s.
David comes out on top.
So there she said that. What'd you say? What? There she said
You guys
that.
tried to tell me that song wasn't Green Day.
That was. What song was that again?
The Johnny Test song.
Yeah, they. Okay, so. They sampled Green Day. They
They
did sample
sampled
American
the
Idiot.
whole bass line from American Idiot.
But you said this is Green
Yes.
Day, which is not true. It was sampled Green Day.
You're
but
both
that was-
right.
Green Day. But I was saying, this is fucking
Of
Green
course
Day.
you did.
But yeah, we were wrong to most extent there.
Don't touch me.
Hold my hand.
No.
No. But yeah, she
Stop
said
touching
that,
me.
She said her dad was poor there, and then you said that how much. You said you looked it up. How much her parents are worth?
Yeah, both. Well, I didn't look up her mom, but I know that both members of ICP, Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, are worth about $15 million each.
Yeah. So she said my dad's very poor. He's
Right.
been poor. He hasn't had money.
Hammer
since
that joke home.
The 90s.
I
Yeah.
wasn't even alive when my dad was rich. But I think this mask was very much worth the little money my broke dad has. Mom says if my dad could rap better, he wouldn't be so broke.
All right, Rube.
But
all
then
right.
it's
They get
very
it.
clearly
That's
public
tact,
knowledge
all right?
that
They
he has $15
understand
million.
that.
Right.
But what we need to be talking
That was a
about
quick,
is that fresh
Violent
Google,
J
because
network
like you said,
Google.
Rube, that mask
Typed in
was
4
made with
words.
quality.
One was
You
just a
wanna
letter.
see a mask that was made with no quality?
Look at this crap. I can't believe
That's a
I even
bad
wore that.
fursuit.
It is a bad fursuit.
Educate these fools.
I recently got bit by a dang snake. I trusted it at first, but that was a bad mistake. I tried to pet it, I tried to make it my friend, but I shouldn't have done all that. Trusting that dang snake was
What
an
the
epic fail.
fuck
This
is
happened
this?
bit me
It's-
and it
yeah,
bit me
just
hard,
wait.
right in my dad's pocketbook.
Ruby ordered what we thought was a full-fledged high quality.
So they ordered a fucking fursuit of AliExpress.
They're making a whole
And
video.
they're like, it's not good. But it's like, yeah, it's
furry suit. But in reality,
It's off
what we
AliExpress.
got was full-fledged furry poop.
Probably better
Because
off going to Wish.
OISK snaked us. They are snakes. We believe OISK actually stands for outrageously insane snake.
You know, one thing that I want to point out about his voice is it's so the classic 90s voice.
It
Either
is.
wrestling
It is, yeah.
or singing.
Yeah.
Like, have you noticed that? He's always coming around like, yeah, brother,
Yeah.
I like to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm being...
Yeah, no, I get you're right. That's like it literally like just like a cliche classic 90s like yelling
It is.
like
I know you're thinking crooks isn't spelled with a K. That's wrong.
But so is snaking my daughter right through my already weak and malnourished feeble pocketbook.
Let me show you how these 6 snakes bit me.
What the?
These are snaky salesmen.
Them ain't salesmen,
hate this.
Rube. Them are salesmen.
They're snakes.
There's some ratty-ass rattlers.
No swearing, Dad.
I swore nothing. I said nan swear word. Nothing.
Relax and get schooled on.
Oh yeah, okay. So that is okay. That's definitely just a mask cuz now it's a whole different
Okay,
outfit.
Got the gloves on too, though.
Number 1, in the picture advertised on AliExpress and the uber snaky DHgate.com, the mask
DH gate. Like, goddamn.
Uber snaky DH gate. Like one Google
Savage.
shows you DH gate like literally a roll of the dice. Like like
50-50, pretty much.
Is this actually a detailed review?
There's like 2 minutes. This has like 50,000 views of them just calling out this fur company. They're just like.
But on the map they sent me, it
Dude,
had
that's
2 lane
not even
purple
okay.
It's like the eyes are different. The eyes are different colors. It's like, yeah, some little kid made it and fucked it up. Like it's like.
So whack.
It's a failed
Number
high
2,
school paper
on the
mache
website,
project.
it said
Yeah.
You can easily
They're
see
actually
out
on
the eyes and
Etsy, and
mouth. But when it came,
Used
I
to
could
be on a
barely see out
pinata's head.
Boogerfield nose.
So lame. Snakes.
So yeah.
In the picture on the website, the
You know-
hands were sturdy and built well. But what they sent us was floppy, cheap, flimsy, oversized mittens. So
So yeah, you know,
and a blue
That reminds me of that
pen
tweet that's been going around, like, you racist, trifling ass. You know, 'cause she just kept saying.
Dude, I found the whole voicemail on YouTube of that the other day. It's so fucking funny.
How many views did you say this had?
I think like 50K.
50K?
But in like a year and a half. So
A year and a half ago?
Yeah, like a year and a half.
Yeah, this is just
You
on
know,
like Psychopathic Records, like YouTube.
Yeah.
Something to take in mind too is they play off a lot of the same. I don't want to say the same stuff, but they play off a lot of like the same hinge that Marilyn Manson had. So Marilyn Manson was like, you know, the Antichrist. Oh, you can't listen to him because I'm your Christian family back in the 90s and early 80s and all this stuff and blah 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 blah. And it's like they kind of piggyback off the same sort of hate. Like a lot of not record companies, but a lot of like what is it? We're like reporting companies who do like interviews and stuff like that. Staple them as the world's most hated band. I think that's something pretty neat.
That's I didn't
to
know
think
that.
it's still 50,000.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like,
right, yeah.
Like I said, they went on tour with Attila, right? And Attila's not one of the most hated, but they definitely like.
Yeah, they're not like I'm sure
They
loved by other metal
they
bands.
spew a bunch of BS and trash about things. It's just what they do. I love Attila, by the way. Not hating.
A couple of those one songs are just classic.
I love them.
Nostalgia party,
But yeah, so Chris Franzak, he's huge entrepreneurial and all this stuff, and there was a few articles that were written about them going on tour with quote unquote, and how big of a scare would be to their like image or whatever to go on tour with, you know, the world's most hated band.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, something I meant to bring up earlier is how the FBI classified them as like the, you know, like hate group gang.
Oh, that's because of the Hatchet Men.
Yeah, and like,
and that's something I'm sure we'll get to a little bit later.
Yeah, because there was the big,
so important.
the march, the very large, It's
for 750 bucks.
So yeah,
that's cheap. No,
it's like that's
first. So my wife went to a Halloween party, and a group of furries showed up. Okay,
that seems like a cop out. You can't, if you're a furry, you can't
In
wear
their
your
persona.
fursuit for
Yeah, because that's your-
Halloween.
that's
It's gotta be a Halloween version of your first.
You gotta
It's
dress
be
it
like in
up.
the wolf mask and also a fireman hat on top of that.
Witch hat on.
The
like-
persona has
You gotta
to
look
be
like a member
in
of the goddamn
costume.
Paw Patrol Village people.
But anyway, my wife asked them. They're like, okay, how much is one of your fursuits? And they're like, a good, not trash, but good enough one starts at like $2K.
Yeah,
like starting at $2K.
Yeah, and that's still gonna probably be like a toasty one.
Yeah, that's especially if you're like, most of them will pay for it. However, there's a lot of them that do a lot of the DIY, especially for the heads.
Yeah,
like that stuff's expensive, and to get somebody to actually make it properly to fit on your head is
right.
Yeah.
I always thought that shit's probably rocking around unless like you have like a little like halo thing like strapped to the top. Like
I think it's a
some little,
helmet,
like
built
like
around a
football
bike helmet.
Yeah, like that'd be extra safe. But yeah, we don't need to finish this one. They just keep calling out this first company.
Snakes!
I thought though that they were
Stale
going.
snakes.
So something else that I noticed. Remember how they started off as wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
Notice like all the poise, all the motion, and even like the backdrop. It gave me the nostalgia of looking at a ring.
This looks like a wrestling logo.
Exactly.
They're cutting a promo.
They're really
on the H gate right now.
So yeah, this is what I accidentally spoiled, but I'll pull this up. So this is him in his custom fursuit with the makeup, and I thought that's amazing. He wears this around. They go to like fursuit
Not
conventions,
even gonna lie,
and he rocks it.
This was like a realm that I had no idea existed.
It's insane. And I gotta admit, it looks cooler than most furries because it looks meaner. It does look a little bit meaner than like her.
Yeah, you can.
But still,
I definitely like how his persona still keeps with his like group of people, in the Dark Carnival. I mean, look at that. I understand it's markings and not face paint,
Right.
but it straight up looks like a very, very good, like, Juggalo face paint
Absolutely.
on a freaking dog. Like, that's legit.
That's that's very custom, and it's like that one was
15 mil, man.
Definitely
15
more.
mil. That was more than 2K.
Definitely more
got it.
expensive
He's got, like,
than the Daughters.
What is this, like a type of kimono type thing too?
Yeah, you notice he's
I love the outfits under the. They don't wear like a full.
right.
Fursuit. They wear like this.
It's like, like his daughter's being like trying to be all carnival and all this like fun like cartoon like, hey, come look at me. And his father's like,
A kung
he
fu rapper
wants
killer.
to be. Yeah, he started off wrestling, started off rapping, and then at the end of the day, he finds his zen in the form of wolf kung fu.
Yes.
He's literally like the alternate for fucking oh my goodness, Pow. The alternate character for Pow. It's like if Pow ever gets sick, we're calling you up. I know it's a cartoon, but we're calling you up.
We're calling you up. So this only got 2 episodes though. They only call that 2 snakes.
I didn't watch
Really?
the second one.
The second one is wild.
Hi, I'm Ruby.
I mean, they're both
aka
wild.
And I'm Bonnie J, aka Dad. And we're the Snake Busters.
It looks like he has. What is? So do you know what's tattooed on his neck?
I'm Ruby.
It looks like
aka
Android
Quill.
emojis.
And I'm Bonnie J, aka
It looks like clip art.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah, it
definitely
does.
It's very like. It's just a weird spot.
Is that a pause symbol? I don't think that's clip art. I think that's actually
Is this their?
I think that's old buttons for like the old like super old back in like XP or Windows 90, 99. You know what I'm talking about, like the editing
That'd be
software and stuff like that. Because
hilarious.
if that's a pause button, that would all make sense. You
That's
get
funny.
landscaping and all that other stuff. I don't know.
That's
I
funny.
don't really know
That's
what it is. I
And
think
he's
we're
got the-
thinking way too hard about this.
He's got these little star earring tattoos too. They're interesting. So yeah, this is the second snake they call out.
due to the massive success of our first episode and the record-breaking 350 billion views, we're back to crush.
So yeah, the success is a lot of people were like, "What the fuck? There's furry juggalos." That's what he
Oh,
means by
yeah.
success with the video.
Oh, yeah.
Was oh wait, what the
We
fuck is
take on small,
this?
independent snakes, and we take on humongous corporate snakes.
No snake out there is too big or too small for our boots to stomp.
Just give us a sweet tweet, and we'll stomp that
Sweet
snake
tweet?
with our deadly feet.
Believe that. And for just
They
200
lied.
bucks cash and any other type of benefit you can provide us with, we
Yes,
will
this
stomp
got 2
this.
episodes.
You sound like a snake
Cut
right
short.
What'd I say?
now. Are you trying to get your snake on?
No.
Yup.
This episode, we feature some snakes
What
that
the
can't cover
fuck?
up their snaky ways.
All the makeup in the world can't hide their snaky tactics.
They have no trouble making a million ugly faces pretty.
But they can't cover up the snake in their own face.
The snakes we're calling out in this episode are
Cover girl makeup.
Oh, going for cover girl.
Aren't they talking about snakes? And didn't he just make a gesture saying they couldn't see the own snake in their face, as though they're a human and a snake is staring at them? Didn't he just say they were the snake?
I think so. Yeah.
In other words, they snake.
He needs to stick to rapping and not script writing.
For real, they were probably like, "We wrote this up. We're gonna record tomorrow." And Psychopathic Records are like, "Wait,
Well,
what are
they
you
are
gonna, what are
Psychopathic
you?
Records.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
There's no one above him though at all.
No, they like started Psychopathic
Okay,
Records. I
okay.
mean, I'm sure they have like a CEO or whatever it is, but
Okay, I think
like
that
they
makes
make
sense.
the decisions.
We are gonna
Yeah.
talk about that later.
by harming innocent, cute, and fuzzy animals.
Cuddly puppy dogs, fuzzy monkeys, huggable turtles, and snuggable
So CoverGirl no
salamanders.
longer tests on animals though, as of 1/25/2020.
I love that you looked up that fact. They don't seem as bad.
Before CoverGirl tested one of his blush
So I
bronzers on it,
don't know if they were directly responsible for making CoverGirl stop. Probably not, but
Maybe it wasn't. Juggalos are powerful people.
so this is everyone they called out. They called out
Slither
every
of
makeup.
shame.
The Slither of Shame. They,
Oh,
they called out every
snap.
makeup company that
You know,
tests on animals.
so my wife loves makeup, absolutely fucking loves makeup, and this is a big topic, yeah. And I'm wondering if because this came out what a year and a Africa, you said?
Yeah, like yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering if the beauty guru community even like recognize this because I feel like it's something that it would have been brought up.
Right.
Like, I mean, right now it's like it used to be gamers. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those guys.
Yeah.
However, I watch beauty gurus now.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. So I'm actually kind of curious. I think I'm gonna go home and see if any of them actually reacted to this, or if there's a clip of it.
Yeah, it's just like what's going on with this? Also, if they want to go all out, no animal cruelty, which would be vegan, they shouldn't be whipping eggs at the people.
Yes.
You said animal cruelty, eggs. I mean,
it's that's just a soda.
You can be cruelty free but not vegan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
This was back before people cared about being vegan.
This was before the
It's like this was the health movement where everyone was probably like avocados on everything.
Yeah. So real quick, I want to go into 2 miscellaneous Juggalo videos that were pretty funny. Here's a Juggalo wedding in a backyard.
Fuck yeah.
Look at that. So those they go.
Faygo.
Yeah. So that's
Faygo plays a prominent part in this wedding.
yeah. So look,
love that he's in full mask.
we have those, but I don't think we have what he's holding. We got somebody in the mobility scooter. Everybody's got one. He's got one upside down.
I'm not gonna say I haven't seen this.
Yeah. Have you watched the whole video, Xavier?
No, this one I did not.
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't as extreme as this because they actually had somebody there to officiate it or whatever you want to call it, but they weren't in full attire.
Yeah. Right.
Did you notice he had a hatchet?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I
really?
did see that.
Yeah.
It looks like they invited the whole neighborhood too.
Again, dude, I'm just saying. Hatchet man, big part of this whole culture.
They just have it playing, of course. There's so many kids. There's
Dude,
like,
I kind of fuck with this though.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
it's down to earth. I mean, this is what they wanted to do.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like this is a much more personable way than
Yeah,
just
it's
going
like-
to
it's
fucking
all-
Vegas.
It's all for them.
Saves a
Getting
lot of
married by Elvis.
Elvis is sick
Did
though.
you know that's not even legit? Like you have to go.
Yeah, it's not
actually-
even really Elvis.
I'm talking about the certificate isn't legit. You actually have to get married afterwards.
Dude, I got married by Elvis, and then I looked it up. He was dead a long time before that. How long is this one? 4:49.
My gosh, I've never even got married before.
You think they would?
Bro,
cut it
nobody
down?
shuts the fuck up during this wedding either.
You think they could have broke it down to 420?
Oh yeah, what the hell?
They weren't worried about editing that well.
Is this worth playing through, David? You've seen it all, is it, or should I skip it all?
You can skip.
Skip
I
a
think
little?
even the video I found it was like sped
Oh,
up.
I thought
I like that they get close. That's awesome.
I thought the groom was in full mask. That's even funnier.
No,
Yeah.
it's it has to be
He
officiated.
is.
Yeah, notice the hatchet.
Oh God.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
Why is he shaking a Faygo?
Shut up.
I thought you weren't supposed to kiss until the end.
guys, don't get it or weed. That's mine.
Notice they're arguing about weed in the background.
Is this their kids? Oh my God.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like,
It's like a coach with Gatorade.
I'm not gonna lie. So this brings me back to. This is gonna be.
Champagne
Did this
of
happen
Detroit.
to you?
No, this is gonna be. Just hear me out here. This is gonna be very straight. We're talking about like totally backward spectrums here. At my church camp that I go to, okay, I was 2 people got met there and they were getting married, and they asked me and a friend, good friends of them, to help out, right? So we do this water war every year. So before they wanted to do it before the water war, so they did it a bunch of people. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because they asked us to dump ice water on them to start the water war. So like this is just like awesome.
Yeah.
This is like reminiscent
Right.
to the the polar opposite yet same thing that happened at my church camp.
All right, that's probably all that's really worth watching.
Yeah. That
But that's what I was just getting excited about the Faygo, man.
Getting grape shot at his
I was
crotch.
about to say, look at all of the Faygo that they had. It's all the OG flavors. Red pop, orange,
Dude,
and
they're
grape. I mean, come on now.
so sticky and annoying. bro.
And then
It's like a nightmare.
this one is called Juggalo World of Warcraft player threatens haters full
I want you
version.
motherfuckers to see something. You know what this is? This is the handle to my fucking 2-ton jack. Solid fucking steel. You know why it's up front, in the front seat, and not in the back where my jack is? Because if you fuck with me, you're gonna get it to the fucking head. That's why.
Do we get to see this guy?
Yeah! Pussies don't fuck with people in real life. You have to fuck with people on
Is
the
this a
internet.
guy? I thought this was a
Because we'll
girl.
fucking take you
Oh,
out.
I can't.
It might
tell.
be a girl.
Well, you're canceled.
Because if you dare
It's a person.
come up to me,
This Juggalo.
See, and this is the
Juggalo.
this is the other
You
thing.
said Juggalo and not Juggalette.
Oh,
that's all.
God.
This is, you know, we're gender profiling now. Okay, 2020, we can't do that. All right, so again, I had a friend. His name was Massive, and I'm not making these up. I'm not fucking making
name was
these
Massive?
are real as shit. No,
Massive?
his name is Mike. His
Okay.
name is Mike. He's an awesome dude. I love him to death.
Yeah.
His name was Massive. Right?
That's a
Imagine,
good nickname.
imagine this person right here. Okay, and I'm sorry, Massive. I know you've lost a lot of weight. Good for you.
Massive.
Look at this
Shout
person.
out,
He was
Massive.
at least
He's medium
at least
now.
1.25 times to 1.5 times bigger than this person. They just and his name was Massive.
That's massive.
It's, I mean,
What up?
to a T, he had a really bad anger problem. You know, I'm sure they both had good reasons for it. This person and the other one.
Did they
I
also
mean,
have their card? He had his card jack in the front.
I don't know.
Fuck
I don't
with
know
me,
about
I'll
that.
knock
I've
you
seen
there.
the funny thing is I've seen crazier shit than this video about World of Warcraft. Like you sit here and you look at all these bad stuff and all this funny stuff about them, and it's like in reality, no. I've seen dumber shit. It's like
Yeah.
it's not as bad as people say it is.
Right. Yeah. No. These are definitely the extreme examples.
But it's
of-
great.
Of, yeah.
You find this more than good stuff.
Yeah. And like you said, no good fights because none of them get the phone out fast enough. But yeah, so the something I found that was really funny was they had a feud with Eminem. So in late 1990s,
Kings of Detroit.
yeah, late 1997, they were playing a show, and Eminem, at the time a local unknown MC, shows up, hands him a flyer advertising the release party of Slim Shady EP. Said featuring appearances by Esham, Kid Rock, and ICP, maybe in parentheses. So Bruce said, why did he do that without contacting him? Eminem said, it says maybe you will be there. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you right now. So you guys come to my release party or what? That's what he said. He got pissed. Bruce, upset over not being consulted, said, fuck no, I ain't
I'd be
coming to your
pissed.
party. We might have. I would have laughed. That's funny. It's like the maybe, like, I don't know. They might be there. Like,
Yeah, it's like I haven't asked them yet, but I need to get this out for you guys.
and it's like, I don't know what they're doing. We might run into them. They might
Nah,
just
it's
be
fuck-
at
it's
the,
fucked
at the
up.
party. They might have heard of me. But yeah, he said, fuck no, I ain't coming to your party. We might have if you asked me first before putting me on the fucking flyer like this. Yeah, so then Bruce reported Eminem attacked the group in radio interviews after that. They started to call him Slim Anus, which I just thought was funny.
What the fuck?
So real quick. I think we should explain to the people out there who Bruce and Utzler really are.
Oh, right. So yeah, Bruce is actually which one, right? That's
I wish I could tell you, but it's been a hot
I think
minute.
it's Violent J because Ruby Bruce Lee.
yeah.
And he's Daddy
Yeah.
Bruce.
And so if you looked at the beginning of it, for those of you who don't know, right? Violent J is the bigger one, and Shaggy's the smaller one.
Yeah.
Just so you guys are aware.
Yes.
So you can have an image.
Yes. It definitely seems like Violent J is the more problematic one. There's like nothing about Shaggy 2 Dope being too wild.
No.
Honestly. Like he's pretty chill. But
I mean,
Violent J, and again the
You
name.
can just look at the names.
Yeah. Shaggy, he's dope
Yeah.
and he's violent.
Possibly too dope.
Yeah. Speaking of violent, on November.
Didn't even finish the last statement.
Wait, what? On the Eminem?
Yeah, did you?
Oh yeah.
Pretty
They
much.
called him Slim
Slim
Anus.
Anus.
And then on Marshall Mathers LP, he depicted that ICP having sex with fictional homosexual Ken Caniff, which I didn't look up who that was. Someone look up Ken.
It's one of his like running bit characters. It's not important.
That's one of Eminem's characters. Is Ken Caniff a fictional homosexual?
Or just like a character in Eminem stories.
Right, because he's got like his manager he talks to and shit.
Okay,
he does a lot of skits.
So he made his own character have sex with them.
Not the case.
That's a wild stunt, Eminem.
I mean, if you have to assert dominance, might as well do it with something you created.
Right.
You are a bitch to what I created.
Hey, yeah. I didn't think about it like that.
I mean, if it's true.
Yeah. So the legal troubles, though, again, Violent J, Bruce, arrested for aggravated battery November 16th, 97. He was striking an audience member with a microphone in New Mexico. He hit him 30 times. He hit him 30 times. It doesn't really say what that person did, though.
He got hit 30 times.
He got hit 30 times. I feel like he had to do something that deserved that. I mean, unless Violent J was very drunk and very violent.
So notice this. Okay, you had to look this up for it, right? 30 hits. You think this would be everywhere, okay?
Right?
Now you have a band like Falling in Reverse. Sorry, Roddy.
Oh yeah, that was
Falling in Reverse.
Back
bad. During the first few albums on one of their world tours, throwing quote unquote throwing a mic stand at somebody.
Yeah.
And that's everywhere. This man hit somebody 30 times. You had to look this up manually.
Yeah, the difference between 97 and like 2010 is insane. Because there was the one MMA fighter.
YouTube
I think
wasn't even around.
Yeah, there was no there's probably no video of this. I didn't look that hard, but I'm assuming there's no video of this. Probably not. But yeah, there was that one. I forgot who it was, but he called out Ronnie Radke, and it was this big ass MMA dude. And he was basically like, because there was like all the whole shit where he kicked like Icy Stars off the tour because they were smoking weed, and then the big MMA guy was like, "I'm friends with them." I like them. He's like, "I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, you pedophile!" Like he was just like, he just called him out, and then I don't think he really did anything too rowdy. Ronnie Radke got less rowdy after the MMA fighter. I forgot. It was like something the show. I don't remember.
I have no idea.
I think Ronnie has this like outward exposure, like everyone thinks he's a dick, and my wife's met him. He is pretty dickish. But the thing that we have to remember is look at the fan group that this man's dealing with, right?
Yes,
this man is dealing with probably 14 to 18-year-old men and mostly women that are screaming his name on a daily basis. I would not be a happy camper either.
True, yes.
I mean,
but yeah, I liked old Escape the Fate. It was on
way back
a Tony Hawk DS game that I fucked with. But here's the big bad one. This one's rough. So yeah, according to Pellegrini's 17-page, 86-count formal complaint, this is someone who worked as ICP's publicist and employee for 4 years. There was a constant and persuasive harassment, including a large dildo given to her while at work and being presented with vagina tighteners, which I didn't know that. Like, what is a vagina tightener, dude? Is it like a pill that you put in your vagina?
I don't even want to know what that is.
It's scary.
It's like nothing but.
If you know what a vagina tightener is,
like
don't tell us in the comments.
Probably bought it off fucking DH Gate too, with the fucking fursuit along the same order. But yeah, so apparently she was mocked, belittled, subject of sexual advances, which is pretty intense. Psychopathic records, but it doesn't. I don't know if it was specifically so Dirty Dan Diamond. I don't know.
What a name.
I don't know who the fuck this Dirty Dan Diamond is. He's a coworker. But he pulled her hair, said, "I have a fat cock and I would like to fuck her." So that was the guy. This guy also gave a dildo in a velvet bag on her birthday after learning on Facebook that she had become single. And then they gave the vagina tighteners. So this is not either member of them, I'm realizing.
Yeah.
This is definitely Dirty Dan Diamond. But hopefully the work conditions at I think this is still pending. The 17-page, 86-count formal trial is still pending.
It does say though she was mocked, belittled, and the subject of sexual advances from top-level persons at the label, which leads you to
Dirty
believe.
Dan Diamond. I guess I don't know who that is.
No, but it says top-level employees and Dirty Dan. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, okay.
If they weren't involved in it, they probably didn't do anything to stop it either.
Yeah, it's an issue, but I mean, it seems like it's mostly Dirty Dan, which is very fitting to his fucking name. But yeah, so then the other big thing is the march. which I meant to look into that more. But that was wild. There was, it was one of the. I think there was like 50,000 fucking people.
What was the march for people that
So
don't
the
know?
FBI classified them as a hate group, like a borderline terrorist group, like organized.
I think it's a gang affiliation because they were related to like Bloods and Crips.
It was like violent gang affiliation.
It was violent gang affiliation, but the things he's saying is
yeah, because
all correct except for the whole terrorist thing.
Well, like I mean, I think they probably didn't get branded specifically as a terrorist, but
Right.
like it was almost like it seemed like that they have like. They're like puppet masters over this group of people,
Right.
which is cult-like almost. This is what it seems like on the surface. But like, it's not like if these people were like jump off a bridge, every Juggalo would jump off a bridge. But like to the outside, it definitely kind of seems very like specific. Like you're wearing the same makeup and
Yeah.
like it seems very like follower-esque. But it's definitely not once you see the gathering.
Yeah, and I
It's
was just saying,
not.
I watched a documentary on it, and there are people talking about because of this gang classification they had, that they were having pictures taken of them at ICP concerts and presented in court as like evidence that they were like an unfit parent. And when they started, like, this was used in a custody case against me that I
Unless
like
you're
went to a
smoking
concert.
like crack at
She
the
said I
concert.
didn't fail a drug test. I didn't hit my kids. I went to an ICP concert.
That's
And
bogus.
see the other thing, you guys talk about that, but I actually had instances where this actually affected me and my friends. So like I was telling you earlier about my friend Jake, or not my friend Jake, my actual cousin Jake.
Yeah.
He was a big influencer to me, like starting listening to their music and stuff like that. And we got pulled over a few times. Like there would be 5 of us, and this guy would pull us over. He's like, "Yeah, you're getting all this other stuff." And I'm like, "You're only pulling us over because we're 5 kids that are walking down the street with one person that walks around with face paint. He wasn't in face paint either,
right?
And that we all got tagged for it. So like, even if he wasn't there, if Jake wasn't there, and the 5 of us were walking around,
Yeah.
they would still pull us over.
You got a hatchet man
And I
on
mean,
your shirt.
I'm talking about like, we live in small towns. This is actually something that reaches.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely, like, I think this, honestly, like, it started in Michigan. I feel like it's definitely in some of the bigger cities of Michigan. But this, this branches out to the smallest of towns, I feel like, because there was...
It's for people who feel like an outsider, man.
It really does.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I love about this group, and like, especially when I started listening to them. I don't listen to them anymore, but when I did listen to them, I was definitely, parents just divorced, lived in a small town where all my friends that were either younger than me or like the same age as me, their parents wouldn't let them hang out with me because they thought I was a drug dealer and shit, right?
Damn. Yeah,
So-
it seems like the stereotyping for it is
there's
is
I mean-
constant. And I feel like it's less now because I feel like like it was people were more openly Juggalo like
Yeah.
a few years back. But yeah, it seems like it's very stereotyped.
Before one of them went to jail for a long time, and I don't know if it recently got out, but I know whenever one of them went to jail, they kind of slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I feel like the ideal and the persona of what a Juggalo used to be, like, was really misguided in most senses, because like we were talking about earlier, they're all about having family and friends and being together.
And it seems like it's like if you don't have a family, this is the family.
Right, and
Like,
it's
right. Yeah.
and it sucks because the people who need that are, as far as society is concerned, are those classification of quote unquote bad people.
Yeah.
And that's what's
Lower
really
class,
that's
down
what's
on your
really
luck,
really
but,
shitty
yeah.
about it. But this gives them something to grasp to.
Yeah.
Just like every class has a different group of people that they go to, or like a different clique, or a different like organization of some sort that they go to. Like these guys have family everywhere who believe in the same thing, but it can be taken to extremes. I mean,
Yes, like, and there's definitely, every group of anybody is gonna have bad apples that make the whole
Right.
group look like the group. Anybody that's actually like fucking around with a hatchet and
It's-
being an asshole is gonna anybody like being, because that definitely people probably use this as like an intimidation tactic.
Yeah.
because
To-
they're just like
to
this
bring
is
it a
gonna be
little bit
scary.
to bring it a little bit more like recent, because some people may not know these people, but I feel like a lot of people know more about Slipknot.
Yeah, and
Slipknot's huge.
It's similar, like
right?
with the masks, like yeah.
Well, you have an extremist group named the Maggots, right? That's what they call themselves. The Maggots are the followers of Slipknot. They love Slipknot, all this other stuff,
yeah.
right? And it's kind of the same thing with the Hatchet Men, but the Hatchet Men's much more intense than Maggots are, because Maggots are literally just like fan base, right?
They just have.
But they actually had the extremists that are in Iowa actually had a turf war with members of the Hatchet Men.
Wow.
Like because the Hatchet Men, because you have the ICP, right? The Insane Clown Posse, like, you know, everyone who loves them and likes them and stuff like that, and then a lot of people who just join, I say, you know, who start listening to music and starting getting more into the culture.
Right.
They don't know what the Hatchet Man actually stands for, right? And then those people who get more into it, it is more like an organization, and in a lot of places, it is more gang affiliated, and that's really where a lot of the issues started coming with the whole like cult ideal and all this stuff. And then even back in like the 90s, or not the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, I was finding stuff about the Dark Carnival having an own religion based under like the different rings, the different rings and stuff, because, you know, they have so like each album is a different like deity, right, of sorts, right? And like this major ring, and the ringleader was that guy with like the red hood and the gold horns with the handout. I can't remember who it is, but I mean that was pretty interesting, and that was, I mean, I could find that just fine, and I knew people in my little town that knew about it.
Wow, I didn't know about that at all. That's
but every group has those extremists that do crazy things.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's gonna take it too far. Like, you know, I've been to metal concerts where there's literally a guy just like crowd killing, like specifically like walking up and just like trying to like just like people that aren't even close to a pit, that are just like they're like, you know, to listen to the music, they don't want to dance, rowdy, and they're just like it's just someone who goes like out of the way to like just like, okay, who's not dancing? Everybody is supposed to be dancing, and it's just like he'll come over just like and it's just like, you know, so there's definitely gonna be somebody that takes it way too far, like,
right? Even like nowadays, you have Ghost BC. They actually, you know, they wear like the anti-pope and all that stuff, and they actually have like satanic prayers and stuff like that as like song titles, names, and everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it's all in a different language, but if you look at it, there's like satanic prayers and all that other shit. So you have to know there's people there that take it way too far and go like
goats to their music and shit.
Like. Right.
But yeah, so the march was like 50,000 people, like Juggalos got together to have this march to basically march against being called this, you know, hate group, or this like group of like a gang, a cult type, you know, just like, you know, a menace almost.
I feel like they were definitely justified in it.
Yeah, they were on the same tier level as like the Bloods and Crips.
Yeah, but like but it almost like, you know, Bloods and Crips don't have like, you know, there's something about when you alter your appearance for a group. So like that, it just like inherently is, and like I was gonna mention that. How do you think that started? Because I didn't read anything about that. Do you think that was like maybe their wrestling persona?
The Facebook, yeah, that was.
And it just like that's awesome. Like that is like
that was their wrestling personas. They
but without knowing that, it's like what the fuck? Like it should be good. These are pretty soundproof.
But
I was gonna say I have a problem with the wrestling personas, and I just hate the fact.
Do you think you could beat them?
No.
They were on WWE.
No.
Right now?
No.
Even as they're at their
WWE.
Well, yeah, probably now. Yeah.
They're all poor men now, they said.
Right. I could beat them both up. Handicap match, I don't care. But
not beat them up, wrestle, bro.
My problems with their names are what? Like 3D and Guido, the wrestling personas?
Yeah,
it's like usually when people are famous through other shit, you don't use another wrestling persona. When Snooki was at WrestleMania, she didn't go by like the Marvelous Meatball. She went as Snooki. She wrestled as Snooki.
You gotta understand these guys.
Back then.
Yeah, these guys love like the OG stuff. Like whenever they started their wrestling franchise,
I know, but I wanted to make the Snooki joke.
They
had
wanted
that locked and loaded.
Wait, Snooki and Trump have both been in WWE?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
we don't talk. We don't.
That's
we,
all I just
see. This is why. This is why I'm okay with ICP, because they loved back when wrestling was good, back when ECW was a thing, back when the WWF. You know, when like at the beginning of WWF and like the end of ECW, like that's when they wanted to come back. They wanted to bring back the more hardcore shit. They wanted to bring back the more crazy shit. And I honestly feel like I watched a few of them, and I honestly feel like the only thing that like failed them ultimately was the fact that they had so many good matches, but they had complete trash like scripting.
Well, and their commentary was bad. It
was very bad.
Fucking homophobic as shit, and this is not PC in general. Not that they're PC in general.
Yeah, but you have to remember, like I'm talking about like ECW and all that way back when stuff like that, like people did not come out, and it was normal for me to look at somebody and call them a faggot and not mean that they were gay, just that they were an idiot.
Yeah.
But
like,
nowadays, if I come up to somebody and just want to call them an idiot, I have to call them an idiot. I can't say, hey, stop being a faggot.
Completely, like, yeah, the rules are changing.
Right. And
comedy and
that's a good
joking
thing.
around. Yeah, like, it needed to happen, but there's definitely a...
Absolutely.
But see, and that's the thing, like, people, we talk about, people wanting to be, that whole situation about the faggot and all that stuff. It's like same thing with these guys,
Yeah.
Same exact thing with these guys. All they wanted was to be understood as a group of people that want to be family and friends and love each other and know that some people take their names and shit on it, right? And like you were saying with the whole face paint thing, it's like the thing that sucks about them is, I don't know any Bloods or anything like that. Like I don't know if, what says a Blood's blood, like what tattoo do they have to have, what pinky do they have to be cut off to be in the Yakuza and stuff like that. It's like these guys just express themselves with the face paint immediately, no matter where you're at. If you haven't heard about them, haven't heard their music, you're like, that's Juggalo.
Yeah.
You might not know that's Juggalo. It's like, you listen to those clown guys.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, with like, a blood or like you said, like the missing what is that, a finger? Don't they?
It's a pinky.
Yeah,
they lose their pinky.
Missing a pinky or a red bandana isn't as alarming as like if you walk into a gas station and like there's like this is someone like with face paint is also the case. So yeah, it's just like that's why I think they were so easily able to be classified as like what the fuck are these people doing? Like,
I'm kind of curious nowadays if a Juggalo walks around in mask in face paint, right, in like full persona and everything, and they walk into a place, if the cops can be called on them for like because it's a mask, right?
Yeah, like
you can't
walk into a bank. Yeah,
if you go to a bank to cash a check like
you
this,
can't even wear a hat.
After Dark Knight, you can't walk into a bank wearing clown makeup.
For real.
I just really think it depends on like your demeanor, where the bank's
if you have
at.
a suit on also,
and that's the other thing.
It's very dependent.
If you have a suit on in that, they might be like, okay.
Right, but like
I've walked into a bank with a hat and a hood on.
Yeah, that goes all the way back to the whole like idea of separating the what are they called, like the classes, like middle class, upper class, all that other stuff, right? Like I've said, a lot of the people, they think the Juggalos are all that white trash, low, barely minimum, right in the middle, or I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but they think they're all below the poverty line. There it is.
Yeah.
Or like at par with poverty. And I know people who go to these concerts that are worth money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like the one place that you can go to and be yourself and just be free. It's just like they have, you saw that guy with the whole foot thing and one with the collar on and stuff like that.
You can't do that many
Flip-flop
other
the
places.
clown.
I mean,
Flip-flop can't get away with that at other places. So yeah,
No,
it's free. It's pretty free.
It is
Like,
pretty free because you have to think like most times you have to go to like a convention of some sort for that specific kink or like domain.
Yeah.
Versus like
there you just
being able
gotta
to
look around.
Yeah, you just be there. Just go ask someone.
Hey, what's going on?
And no one's going to look at you weird. You might get into a fight, but it's going to be okay. He's going to come back in 10 minutes and pick your ass up from it.
Plus, man, you got a nice, easy conversation starter with any girl that you're trying to flirt with. You can just say, hey, I like your face paint.
Yeah.
I mean,
good design.
Honestly, they don't have to have very much skill at all to do their makeup to a fucking ICP concert.
Right.
That says something.
Oh, wait. You were saying you watch makeup tutorials. Surely there's like girls doing...
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's face painting.
I mean, you're going all the way back to where
Sounds like a fucking
my wife
rabbit
used.
hole.
Yeah, it's like way back to the beginning almost of YouTube when all the scene queens were doing their like how to tease tutorials. You could find stuff like
MySpace days.
this. Fuck yeah! I mean, me and my friends, they
Scene
started off
queens.
loving wrestling, and me and my friends, we did, it was called the LWE. I'm not gonna tell you where that is because that's kind of creepy. But the LWE, it stands for something. But I mean, we did exactly what they did. We videotaped ourselves. We scripted. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and they definitely had a lot to do with that.
And this music fits well with backyard wrestling, I think specifically. I think if like backyard wrestling was happening and a band similar ICP was rocking out right next to it, it would make perfect sense.
Oh,
like,
I mean, you play their music and it reminds me of being around bonfires with a bunch of soda and just chilling outside someone's place.
Soda drum,
right? Whoop whoop.
Yeah, no, it's
Whoop,
definitely
whoop, indeed.
You know, it's on the surface.
Yes,
It's like a Sour Patch Kid on the surface. It seems very intimidating.
Rough around the edges.
Yeah, it's very rough around the edges, but it's for
I love how we're talking about the image and not the actual taste of a Sour Patch.
Yeah. So yeah, a couple more things is there is a website. It is no longer up. It was FaygoLuvers.net, spelled Luvers. But there is still a Faygo Lovers Heaven Facebook. This is their logo.
Wonder if they have a MySpace up still.
Oh, I want that tattooed on me.
We were talking about MySpace.
I'll give you $1 if you do it.
Yeah, $1 you pay for the tattoo.
Fuck you.
We were talking about MySpace in another video because they like did a purge. Like I had so many pictures on MySpace.
Yes.
When you go to it, there's zero pictures.
Right, yeah, stuff got actually deleted. It's now like they tried to go down the whole hipster path of like almost SoundCloud.
Yeah,
it's all about music and weird stuff. It's like when I went to MySpace.
Justin Timberlake bought it,
bro. When I went to MySpace, it was all about shedding your emotions and feeling the love from others as you talk deeply into the darkness of the night and your own fucking dark ass feelings.
I want to click a page with the username's got way too many uppercase and lowercase X's in it.
You can see their playlist.
Yeah, I want Green Day to start playing. I want it to take a minute and a half to load all the stickers on the theme,
and
so that I can see what you're fucking about.
The background. And we all know, no matter what, you're never alone on MySpace. You always have Tom.
You always have Tom.
Always have Tom.
So,
what do you got on fucking Facebook when you log in? Nothing. You got nothing.
So we know a little bit about him. Remember, he's a photographer now.
Yeah.
He just travels the world taking photos.
Tom?
And he's made in the
really
shade.
good.
He's made in the shade. I'm sure that whatever
really...
Justin Timberlake paid he's made in the shade forever.
I saw a joke, like someone called him out on Twitter for like, you're a dumbass, look what Facebook is or something, you should have never sold MySpace. And the dude was like, yeah, I'm a dumbass and I sold it for like 200 million.
Yeah, like
to go pursue my dreams.
Like I cashed out, I invested 100 million of that. I will always have money forever. Bye bye. Like,
I mean, come on now. Look at the person. How well off do you think the person is who created fucking Snapchat was? Think about how simple Snapchat was when it first came out.
Snapchat is one of the youngest billionaires,
dude,
I think.
It legitimately, when it first rolled out, it looked like something I would have had like pre-generated on a freaking flip phone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's come a long way.
I was anti Snapchat originally, and then
we love Snapchat now.
This girl at high school in the library named Morgan, shout out Morgan, she was like, dude,
Morgan?
you gotta get Snapchat. And I was like, all right, it's the same.
Yeah, we
still have
pretty
the
much
same
just
one.
had it to draw dicks on people.
Yeah,
I got
those were good. Good times.
Yeah, to draw dicks. And
when people got caught cheating all the time because you could see other people's best friends.
Yeah,
that was badass. That's so funny.
That's why one of their shirts it says one of the sweatshirts you can buy is "Bring Back Best Friends." It just like says that on like the across it. But yeah, now Snapchat's like putting fucking graphic designers out of work because of how good some of this shit is. But yeah, we've been going for hour 12. Any finishing words on Juggalos? Any parting?
I don't really have much. I mean, it's interesting.
It's more interesting than I expected. Like when you actually dig
there's a
deep
lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of avenues. The furry, the gathering, the weddings. Like there's lots.
It feels like almost chaotic neutral, but it's not. You know, it's a little worse. Than
chaotic neutral with some bad apples.
I think it's chaotic neutral that it kind of like peters back and forth between chaotic good and chaotic evil.
I feel like if I was running a D&D group, these two would be the ones that came down that had the best fucking role play, but I wanted to kick them out every time because they never wanted to do what anybody else did. It's like, we're going to do what we want.
Kanye the Giant orders Alizé.
Yes. Alizé does not exist in this world. That's some good shit. But yeah, Juggalos, keep doing what you're doing. Keep waving your dicks at the gathering of Juggalos.
Yeah.
Keep squirting Faygo.
Shout out Dildo King, friend of the show.
Yeah, Dildo King and Flip Flop.
Flip flop, sucking them toes.
Sucking them toes.
Yeah, if Dildo
Boys
King or
sucking
Flip Flop, if you
toes.
happen to see this and you want to talk about what being a juggalo means to you, hop on the podcast.
Yeah.
You can have Rico's seat.
Yeah. It's warm.
Also, this episode is sponsored by DHgate and Faygo.
It's been a while.
All right, see you, everybody.
Bye bye.
See ya.